If you needed a large chunk of cash in the next 30 days, where would it actually come from? Not in theory, not eventually, not once things settle. I mean, a real bill, a real opportunity, a real emergency, and the clock is already ticking. Most people say, real estate, I own buildings, but owning assets and accessing cash are not the same thing. And in retirement, that difference matters more than almost anything else. Here's the mistake I see all the time. People plan retirement around net worth, not liquidity. They feel safe because they can point to something and say, I own that. This is worth a lot. I could sell if I had to. But retirement doesn't ask politely. It doesn't wait for good timing. And it definitely doesn't care what something is worth on paper. When you need cash fast, only one question matters. How fast, how cleanly, and how predictably can money show up in your account? Let's talk about real estate first, because this is where most people feel confident. They imagine monthly rent coming in, equity sitting there as a backup, a building they can always refinance or sell. On paper, it sounds solid, and to be fair, during accumulation years, real estate can work very well. But retirement changes the rules, because now you're no longer optimizing for growth, you're optimizing for access. Here's what actually happens when a retiree needs cash fast from real estate. Selling a property doesn't take days, it takes months. Refinancing isn't instant either, especially when rates are high, income has changed, or the property isn't performing perfectly. And even if everything goes right, the money you need is now tied to market conditions, buyer demand, lender approval, and timing you don't control. And that's assuming you want to sell or refinance at that moment. Needing cash during a bad market doesn't just hurt returns, it forces decisions. This is where stress enters the picture. Here's the part people don't talk about enough. When your backup plan requires action, it creates pressure. You're not just dealing with money, you're dealing with negotiations, paperwork, uncertainty, and the fear of making a permanent decision at the wrong time. That's fine at 45. It feels very different at 68. At that stage, the question isn't, can this asset eventually help me? It's, can I sleep at night knowing the money is there if I need it? Now contrast that with guaranteed income. This isn't about returns, and it's not about being clever. It's about availability. Guaranteed income is designed to answer one question. What money shows up no matter what else is happening? Markets down, it shows up. Real estate slow, it shows up. Bad timing, it still shows up. And because it's not tied to selling anything, it doesn't force a decision. That matters more than people expect. Let me be very clear here. This is not real estate or guaranteed income. This is about roles. Real estate can be a long-term asset. Guaranteed income is a short-notice cash solution. When retirees confuse those roles, they get trapped. They're asset rich and cash poor. And that's a bad place to be when life throws something unexpected at you. Picture this. You find an opportunity, helping family, a health expense, a once-in-a-lifetime trip, or simply peace of mind. You don't want to sell. You don't want to refinance. You don't want to explain anything to a lender. You just want the money to be there. That's the difference. Not higher returns, not smarter investing, optionality. So here's the real question. In retirement, when you need cash fast, do you want to request it or do you want to receive it? Both real estate and guaranteed income have a place, but only one is built for urgency. If you're planning retirement around assets without thinking about access, you're missing one of the most important pieces. If you want to see how this fits into your own situation, not hypotheticals, not spreadsheets, there's a link below. No pressure, just clarity, and that's usually what people are really looking for.